up, party people?
What's going on? We're back.
So we're a little late with our weekly update, but we have gone to all 3 national parks in Washington since the last time we updated you. So we have some super fun facts to share about the 3 parks up there. We started in North Cascades, and North Cascades has over 300 glaciers, which is more glaciers than any other national park in the lower 48 states. So even more
Didn't
than
even know that.
more than
Yeah.
Glacier National Park.
Yeah.
And it is one of the snowiest places on the planet, receiving approximately 34 feet of snow. So
That's a lot of snow.
if you don't like snow, don't
go there.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's next? It's the least traveled park and least traveled national park. And funny because when we first drove into the park, I wasn't overly impressed initially. There's like one main road that goes through the park. The mountains are gorgeous and the green waters are beautiful, but there's really didn't seem to be much to it. You really got to hike and get into the park to benefit from all of its glory. But its ruggedness makes it difficult to do that.
Yeah, because there's very few roads that actually go through it. So
yeah, I think we were just on one road the whole time we were there. It has over 75 species of mammals, including 3 of the endangered grizzly bears, gray wolves, and Canadian lynx. So that's kind of interesting. It makes me want to go back there and look for the grizzly bear and
the wolf,
gray wolf.
Yeah. And then one of my favorite parks that we've been to, which was really unexpected for me, was Olympic National Park, because it has everything.
Yep.
So it has beautiful glacier mountains. It has 73 miles of coastline, and it has the largest temperate rainforest in the lower 48 states, including the Hoh Rainforest, which is where they have all the moss-covered trees.
Really gorgeous.
Over 100 different types of moss grow on those trees. And the Hoh receives an average of 12 feet of rain a year.
Yeah, everybody told us how rainy it is there. It does get pretty rainy.
It's a very wet Hoh.
It makes it beautiful though. That the moss on the trees are just kind of a mystical presence. There's something really spiritual and magical about being in that rainforest. It's gorgeous.
So John Muir, who is like one of my favorite natural writers, was actually one of the first people to propose that it should be a national park, after he visited there in 1889. But it actually didn't become a national park until much, much later. So because the timber industry did not want it to become a national park. They didn't want it to be protected. So FDR visited in 1937, and as soon as he arrived in Port Angeles, he was greeted by 3,000 school children with like a banner that said, "Please help us, Mr. President." And he was so moved by them that he's the one that made it into a national park in 1937.
Pretty cool fact. Yeah.
So then the third place that
Mount
we
Rainier?
went.
I've always wanted to see Mount Rainier, and I'm so glad we made it there. It's the highest peak in the state of Washington. You could see this from, I think, up to 300 miles away.
On a clear day.
On a clear day, you can see that the mountain is beautiful. So it's the highest peak in Washington, the 5th highest peak in the contiguous 48. It is an active volcano, and I didn't realize it was an active volcano. But not only that, but it's listed as one of the most dangerous active volcanoes because it erupted like 1,000 years ago. But it's so volatile that they're calling it, one of the most dangerous. When we started our hike, I thought I smelled something that didn't smell right, and I told Melissa, I said, it almost smells like smoke or something. I wasn't sure what it was. And then when we realized that it was the active volcano, that's what I was smelling, the residue coming out of the crater. So that really made it for me, because that smell was just, I don't know, it's just very earthy and very real, very raw. It
would have been more terrifying if he would actually known what it was.
Yeah, right. I didn't. It is the 5th national park in the country. 35 square miles of permanent ice and snow. That's a lot of ice and snow to be there full time all year round. So that's pretty cool. It has the largest glaciers too. There, it has to do with the depth of them,
The
and
thickest,
the size.
the longest, and the most surface area.
Yeah.
Has all those categories. So
Yeah, I think that was probably my favorite hike. I loved that hike there.
it was really beautiful.
great.
And there was so much wildlife. There were so many marmots, and they're like really friendly and very photogenic. I have lots
Squeaky, a
of
lot
very
of whistling.
great pictures of them.
Good wildflowers everywhere. It was just gorgeous.
Wildflowers were beautiful. So we've kind of been hunkered down for the last 3 nights at a friend's house in Oregon, but today we drove into Crater Lake, so we're going to go do a couple more hikes tomorrow, and then we're onward to the Redwoods and a bunch of parks in California. Our good friend is flying out to meet us, and then we're driving with her to Grand Canyon to see another good friend. So I'm really excited because I miss my friends so bad. So it'll be good for us.
Good, yeah.
So, but other than that,
Things are good.
Things are good.
We're staying put in Crater Lake for now. We're actually in the middle of a wildfire. There's a lot
like
of
right now. Like I
right
can
now,
smell the smoke outside.
We're a little bit concerned coming here because there are at least 2 big wildfires going on between here and Roseburg.
Either side.
But there's a pretty big one going on right now in one of the ends of Crater Lake, and the smoke is pretty not so.
It's
cool.
not as bad right here, but yeah. We posted a podcast, so you should check it out. Then you can hear us ramble for even longer than this. So
that's it.
all right. Thanks.
See ya.
See you guys.
Peace.